Hey, we're rocking out. Rocking out. Sometimes we just got to jazz ourselves up a little bit, you know? If you're not feeling the energy, put on some music that really gets you going. All right. There we have it. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you here. Say hello if you are here. Hi, Bunny, Bunny. Good to see you. Thanks for hopping on. Oh, see what music does to me? Corny or what? Appreciate you being here. So, welcome to Tarot After Dark. This is my regularly scheduled Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific, little tarot chat. And I like to invite other people who have tarot in their hearts and want to learn more about them to bring their tarot cards along and play, because this isn't just show up and watch me pull cards for you live. This is interactive. It's meant to help you start using your cards a little bit. Even if you don't use tarot, if you use Oracle, if I'm pulling cards for somebody, pull a clarifier and pop the message in the chat for that person, put their name on it, put the message that came through. By all means, if you feel a little shy when it comes to interpreting it for yourself, you can just grab a little meaning from the book and type it in as well. But this is also a special Tarot After Dark, like it was last week, because we are rounding up our Manifest with Tarot quest. That was last week, Monday to Friday. You've probably seen me here most of last week here at a different time, but here nonetheless. Or maybe you're watching as the replay later. Whatever works is great. And what's special about tonight is I'm going to be spinning the wheel of names to pull the names of the people who win the daily prizes from the quest from last week, those who participated in my private community. And I've also got a grand prize. And I'm pulling with names from my little bowl here. So I'll be doing that as the finale. So I'm going to wait until the very end to do that though. So typical, right? It's like watching a soap opera. Stay tuned next week. But I'll be doing that at the end. So in the meantime, I just want to say, anyone who's here has any questions about tarot or anything like that, just pop it in the chat right now. I'm just going to quickly grab a drink because already I'm parched. I'm parched already. That's much better. So I do want to say that I really enjoyed seeing everybody's different tarot decks. I don't think anyone had the same tarot deck. Seeing the pictures posted in the private group on the different spreads they were pulling and stuff like that. That's very, very interesting. And I know, Bunny, your deck is really cool. I had to look it up. Nostradamus. And yeah, it was very, very interesting. His perspective of things. That's a pretty special deck you have there. I also have, and I think it was Elena that was showing the deck that she has. It's like a learner deck where it has around it, it's got, tells you about the card itself, which I think is a brilliant idea. And it got me thinking, oh yeah, back when I was first learning tarot, I used this deck called the Angel Tarot. That's how Radley Valentine would say it. And it's this deck here. And this is how old it is, because we have someone's name on there who no longer wants to be associated with this sort of thing. So the Angel Tarot deck by, oh, let me see if I can do it right here. Radley Valentine. So I think this deck is reprinted now, which is his name on it. And I don't know if the cards are different or not, because I don't have that deck. I don't need it because I've got this one and it's beautiful. And I love the silver, whatever that's called. I should know this stuff. I'm not technical. I'm just here, but it's really interesting because it shows you a little blurb underneath about a message about the card. And that really helped me start to figure the cards out. So let's just pull one here. So here, for example, and this camera doesn't show it clearly enough, but it's the Two of Earth. So Earth would be the pentacles or coins. And it says, too much going on at once, the need to make a decision, consider a more playful approach. So that's a little hint as to what the Two of Pentacles is about. However, I perceive it sometimes in a different way because I do read tarot intuitively, not necessarily by the book. But this really helped me start to understand the concepts of, the cards and that sort of thing. And after a while, I just started ignoring what it said, and I would just look at the visual itself. And I love this deck because, and I think I'm going to start using it again more regularly because it just had so much going on. I was drawn to either what colors I saw or what images and what those invoked as far as the actual question that I had to ask. And it really made it so much easier for me to start trusting what I was picking up from the cards. And of course, they has the little book that goes along with it. And I think there's even a bigger book that you can have to delve deeper. But end of the day, you don't really need the book. What you need is to trust yourself and trust what comes through, even if it's totally different than what the book says. We are all channels of information, of energy. So it's really important to start trusting that. Okay. Because everybody needs a message. This is why it's good to hang out with people who are intuitive and who trust their own intuition. They say we're the average of the 5 people we hang around with the most. And if you're hanging around with people who are trusting themselves and going, yeah, I picked this up and I'm getting this, then you start to pick up on that too. And you start trusting yourself. That's the key to it all, is being part of a community that you feel seen, heard, valued, supported, and most of all, loved for your uniqueness. That's so important, to just be loved as you are. I mean, everybody's wanting to change everybody around the world. And, why can't we just be who we are and be okay with our faults? Nobody's ever going to be perfectly perfect. And it's okay to not be. We're human after all. So, okay, that's enough of that. Time to put the rock music back on. So, let's pull some cards, okay? And I want to say that for those of you who are in the quest, which we just finished on the weekend, I hope you have registered for coming to the Tarot Cafe, which is tomorrow night. You get a little trial, little test drive of my weekly tarot live within the private community where we play with tarot and get things done. And we're actually going to be delving into the mysterious Celtic cross spread. Okay, well, I used to think it was mysterious because it was like you look at it and you're like, what does that mean? And I had to keep going back to see what the meaning of the cards were. But practice, right? It all started making more sense to me. So there we go. So I would like to just pull a collective card for everybody and to just see what the energy is supposed to be like. And we got the Lover's card. So when I see this, I always see like-minded people trusting in divine energy. So I'll say it before and I'll say it again. I don't really do relationship readings. I'm not really one to give you advice on that sort of thing. It's just kind of not my jam. There's some people they specific, it's their specialty. It's not my specialty. My specialty is to get you to have a better relationship with yourself, with your intuition, and with your spirituality. That's what really matters. That's the biggest, most intimate relationship you can have, is with yourself, in the way that you start understanding why you went through what you did, or better yet, what you learned from what you went through. And I know in this quest that we did, I know lots of people uncovered some things just based on the cards they pulled from the spreads that I provided. or the exercises that I provided. Oh, Joe, sorry about that. He chirps and it chirps everything out of my head. Hi, Raf. Good to see you. Janet says that's so true. Thank you. I don't know what I said, hopefully. Which one? Which thing was true? I love it though. Thank you. But yeah, so people on the quest actually were saying, oh, well, I got that breakthrough, or oh, this has still been an issue. And this is the thing that we need to discover. If we want to manifest anything, we got to clean up our yard a little bit first, right? Like, it's just like if you want to, buy new furniture, you can't move the new furniture in while you still have the old furniture there, right? Unless you're adding to it, of course. Let's not get technical. But what you need to do is you need to get rid of what you have first, however way you get rid of it, to make room for the new thing. And that's the same with emotions and our mental state. Is we have to go through, we've got to drudge through the stuff. And I'm not saying we have to revisit every little thing and find a lesson in it and then let it go, send it to the light. No, I don't mean that. And I'm sorry if I'm poking fun, but it really is just doing what works for you. If you start going down a rabbit hole and it start feeling depressing and dark, and it's like, is this going to be therapeutic and helpful? Probably not. You need to assess it for yourself. Only you truly know you. You know you better than anybody else, better than any doctor or therapist or what have you. Okay. They're just professional guessers, right? They lump us all in together based on their experiences and scientific knowledge and tests and this sort of thing. But at the end of the day, it's important for you to trust you when it comes to anything with you. Janet saying the relationship with yourself is important and necessary. Thank you. Yes, so true. And thank you for reiterating it here, because a lot of times I say I'm a channel because it comes through and then poof, it's gone. It's just gone. I had an algebra teacher in grade 9. He was a nice man. And he would just say to everybody, because we're teenagers, right? He goes, anything I say, it goes in one ear, takes a hell of a swirl, and goes right out the other. Always remember that. That's going back a long ways. And it does, it bounces around in there for a little bit and then poof, it's gone. So I've learned to just not worry about not remembering what I've said and just realize that, well, it's out there in the ethers now. Take it or leave it. So a bunch of other cards fell too. I'm going to cover these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 altogether, Raph. Her and the number 7. Homer, yeah, what is that? What? Know thyself? Something like that? Is that Homer? I don't know. Oh, that's the Homer I know. And then, no, I don't really watch The Simpsons, but you kind of, you got to be living under a rock if you don't know what that stuff is. All right. Yes, you love your 7s. So the next card that came is the Queen of Wands. I love this card in this deck, especially because, okay, it's honor thyself. Okay. I thought you were waxing philosophical. Love it. Thank you. So moving on to the Queen of Wands, and you can just tell by looking at her, okay? She's sitting there. She has candles around her. She's sitting crisscross applesauce. She's holding her wand up, and her wand is representing her enthusiasm and the actions she's taking. She has her cat in front of her. So she has a companion who, unconditional love. And she also is holding in the palm of her hand her spark, whatever that is for her. And look at her face. She is just gleeful, giddy. There's no age here of how old you have to be to reach that level. This is pure energy of trusting your magic, trusting your gifts, and knowing that any action you take with the intention of it's for your highest and best or someone else's is the magic ingredient. And I love that. So those are the two we have so far. There's a lot of root and sacral chakra energy going on there just with the colors, mixed in with some intuition here. Oh, mixed in with some intuition here with the purple. And then, oh, love it. We have the star. This star, she is connected to her divine source. She's sending her wishes up to the universe. And she's also grounded. So she trusts that her energy needs to be grounded. Like, I almost see this as Benjamin Franklin when he's up there flying his kite and, you know, trying to figure out electricity. Like, there's grounding that needs to happen as well. And it's okay to be sensible about the things you want to manifest, but don't be too strict in making it show up in a specific way. You've got to keep that spark. You got to keep that love affair with whatever it is you're doing. All right. That enthusiasm is the key to things, because what comes up sometimes is a little bit of too much confusion, too many choices. So with the 7 of Cups, this relates to feeling like someone says, well, which one do you like the best? It's like, well, I like them all, or I'm confused. And the more we try and decide something, the more confused we might get. So it's really, really key to be able to step back a little bit and assess, clear our emotions so we can then focus more empathically toward whatever it is we're thinking about. Yeah, I love the star too, especially in this deck. So beautiful. So beautiful. Yeah. So once we decide and we can finally be in an emotional place to feel comfortable with the choice we want to make, the next stage, we have the King of Pentacles. So for this, I always see, you know, he looks like an older gentleman who's sitting there and he's, you know, in the sunset of his life, but it's not always that. That's when you look at this, what do you see? He has knowledge all behind him. All the books on the shelf represent his experiences. And you don't have to be an old person to have experiences, right? You know, there's a lot of stuff that we learn as we grow. But it's really, the perception here is a maturity level. And this is something to strive for when it comes to, you know, hopes and dreams and manifesting things. And yet you don't want to be stuck here either, because see, there's no movement here. He's just sitting comfortable. Now, how long? How long is he going to sit there? You wonder. It's really important to remember that Queen of Wands energy, so you keep that motion going, right? You're not always in action, and you're not always in inaction. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, wallowing in your wins, which is good to do, but then it's back to taking action again. And then you can only do action so much before you got to rest. And while you're resting, you might as well be looking at all the wonderful things that you've created in your life, you know, whether they're material things or whether they're emotional things. And 2 more. So then we have the 4 of Swords, which is definitely giving your mind a break from all the things you're doing. You need to have balance. 4s are about balance. 4 legs of a table make it stable. And with Swords, it's all about mindset, intellect, thoughts, right? But in this deck, and I love it with this deck, is there's the heart is woven in there. We can't think without feeling. We can feel without thinking. How many times have we done that? But you can't feel without thinking. or think without, yeah, I don't know. I've mixed it up now. I've gone and mixed it up now, but it sounded great at the time. But really, it is about trusting where you are, being comfortable no matter what. See, she's just cozied up in her little nest here and she's taking a break. She's taking a rest and letting her mind rest and clear and reset. Let the dust settle, is what it feels like. Brian and I were speaking about that yesterday, the wisdom that comes with age and experience. Yeah, exactly. And and really, even young people these days, their experience counts as well. And this is where I doubted myself, because it was like, oh, I'm only in my 20s. What do I know? But I had experience in some things, and it's like I should have trusted that. So everything goes. Are reading open and free? Well, if I have time in a little while, yes. So stick around if you'd like one. And I always favor those who are chatty in the comments. So there you go. What a lovely day 90. Love it. What a good name. And then the last card that came, and I love this card too, is the Page of Wands. So, we had the Lovers, but basically the first action card was the Queen of Wands. And I love that we end with the Page of Wands, because this shows that, oh, I've got all this experience and I'm enthusiastic about it because I know what I'm doing and I'm trusting my gifts. Page, on the other hand, is new at things. Page is more of a novice, and what's the term I'm looking for? Man, it is Monday, right? Anyways, it doesn't matter what it was. But Page is about having that new enthusiasm and that ability to not know a lot, but still be willing to learn, right? So Page of Wands, she's like, I don't really know how to use this wand, but let's figure it out. And she's practicing with it, throwing it up in the air, whipping it around, that sort of thing, right? And it's really important to have that beginner mindset, because even if you've done something over and over and over, we get complacent. We get to the point where we're not even really paying attention, right? Think about it. If you're driving somewhere that you drive to on a regular basis over and over, after a while, you get to like work, for example, and then you're kind of like, oh, kind of don't remember getting here. I mean, you'd probably remember if there's rush hour, but right, you do things so much the same that you're not really paying attention to what you're doing anymore. Well, hopefully you're still on, you're a good driver and you're on autopilot with, as far as trusting your knowledge and your experience with that. But definitely it's important to maybe take a look a little more, notice what you're noticing, right? Free and open, ready to learn. Yes, I love that. Definitely feels like that. And willing to look silly and get embarrassed and maybe fail. Fail. Yeah. Nobody wins the first time. Rarely. You got to fail a few times and get it wrong before you're going to get it right. And boy, if you've gotten it wrong a few times, that time you finally get it right is so sweet. Maybe sweeter than if you would have got it right the first time, right? Because then you have all of that experience backing you up. You definitely know what's wrong, what not to do, and then finally you get it right and what to do. Yeah. All right, got to take another slurp of water. All right, I'm open to doing a couple of readings for people if you would like, and then I'll do the wheel of names for those who participated in the quest. Yeah. Oh, yay. Okay. Bunny, I pulled a card in the Good Tarot, which says, I have everything I need right now to move forward with purpose. I love that. I love that. Yes, that is Good Tarot. And, you know, I would keep that one out for you or take a picture of it so you see it, because that's a good thing. That's a good mantra for the next few days or longer if you need it. All right, so let's pull a card for Raphael. If anyone else wants a card pull, please pop it in the chat. And I would love if anyone has an oracle or tarot deck handy. Let's pull clarifiers as well. Pop it in the chat for Raphael. I will look at it in a moment. Let me just pop these back in the deck. Do you have a particular question, Raph? Do you have a particular deck you'd like me to use? I have my traditional tarot, I have my light seer, and then I have this angel tarot, as I like to call it, because that's what how Radley pronounces it. Let's see, let me know. You want me to pick? Okay. Okay. Light seer tarot it is. All right. So what does Raphael most need to know today? That one came flying out. So we have the 7 of Swords. And for you, I'm feeling that you kind of have this under control now. And maybe it's a matter of kind of stepping back and seeing how much things have changed for you lately, as far as you having a mind for yourself and being able to think thoughts you want to think and do things you want to do. You don't have to be so on guard with your thinking, or maybe you do in some respects. Like, as soon as I said it, I went, but I think this to me is a heads up for you to be aware of how much things actually have changed for the better, as far as the way you think about things. So that's key. Let me know what you think. All right. Okay, is this a clarifier? 4 of air. Interesting. So that's Swords as well. What do you pick up from that, Bunny, as far as a clarifier for Raph? I'll share mine. And we had that in earlier, 4 of Swords or air. Giving yourself time to spend in your spirit room is what I'm picking up, but don't I always? Yeah, rest with the thoughts that you have and notice how much calmer things are now. Yeah. Resonates. Yay. Love it. Love it. Okay. She looks like she's processing. Yes. There you go. Yeah. And I think, and it's interesting, and thank you, Bunny, for that clarifiers, because we think processing means getting through logically through things, but sometimes processing is emotional, and sometimes processing is taking a nap, getting our mind off of things in order to get a fresh perspective. Yeah, I love that. I'm very perceptive. Yes, you definitely are. I don't know what I'd do without you. Oh, Janet, thank you. She pulled a clarifier too. I drew peace for a clarifier in my Oracle card deck. Well, peace speaks for itself. Like, and to me, that goes along with Bunny's card, the 4 of air, is finding that peace in the processing that's going on. I love that. Those are good cards for you, Raph. All right. So Janet said she would like a card. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There we are. All right. So let's pull a card for Janet. And those of you who have a deck handy can pull a clarifier, or if you don't, but you are channeling a message, like I know you do, Raph, maybe if you have free fingers, you could add your little tidbit in there as well. I know you might be in the middle of cooking or something, so don't burn yourself. Okay, Janet, you have the 9 of Swords. I think, did you get this one last time? So it feels like you're becoming on the other side of some, the typical that comes to me is sleepless nights, but it might not even be sleepless nights. It might be something that has just been weighing heavily in your life for a little while, and it's been on your mind a lot. And it might have been really difficult to shift your thinking, especially in those quiet moments. So I feel like definitely being the light in that is recognizing when those thoughts come in and being able to shift them, but also being aware when you're not supposed to shift them. You're supposed to watch them. And what I'm really drawn to here is that bird's eye view. Sometimes we need to just disassociate with our body and the emotions we feel and see things from a higher perspective of what our life is looking like, what it's doing to us or for us is a better, more positive way of saying it. And it feels like it's okay to come up out of yourself and see it for what it is, because that's where you'll often get the aha and go, this really isn't as bad as I think it is now. I can really see things from a different perspective. And that's where you can start to shift and change things. That's what I'm picking up for you. Let's see. Bunny got the star. So what is that? Do you have a message along with that, Bunny? Because what I pick up from the star as well is to trust your intuition, trust that you are divinely guided, even in the sucky things that happen to us. That's part of divine guidance. We're either learning, processing, growing, pivoting, all the ings. Raphael got, I'm in connection to source. All of my worries, I release to them. I know they got my back. Yes, I am in connection to source. All of my worries, I release to them, knowing they got my back. I love that. She's a good channeler. She's a good channeler. And yes, that's a clarifier. And Bunny, with that star you got, she is holding what she needs. Ooh, I like that. I like that. And then, yes, I'm trying to reframe how I look at things. Yes. Yes. I'm learning that. Good. Good. I mean, we're all here to learn. We're all here to learn and to grow, right? It's just a big part of things. It really is. Did you want a card, Bunny? Do you want a card pull? Oh, I'm so thirsty today. And anyone else who hasn't chimed in would like one, this will be the last, and then I'm going to be pulling the wheel of names. We're spinning it. Hopefully it'll work. Gotta love it. Sure. All right, everyone, get your clarifiers ready. This card's for you, Bunny. It's funny, most need to know today. You got the Emperor. Trusting the actions that you're taking, trusting the flow. Your plans are bigger than you are, is what came to me. I'm really drawn to the energy flowing down to him, to his crown, and then to his hand. So it's like you're channeling, and I know you're writing a book, but it feels like you're definitely going to be channeling something through. And I don't think it's what you're already working on. It feels like this is something new that's coming through maybe in 2025 for you. It's a channeled writing of some sort. I don't know if it's a book or if it's a deck or a series of posts. I don't even know, but it feels like you'll be in a state of just trusting who you are. You are your own emperor. You govern your own emotions and actions and thoughts, and everything is going to start aligning and flowing for you. Something is coming for you. Ooh, it's exciting. Raf, clarifier. When things feel off, my head is fuzzy. I go outside to ground my soul. Small whispers speak. I hear them now. I love that. When things feel off in my head and feel off, my head is fuzzy. I go outside to ground my soul. Small whispers speak. I hear them now. Love how you channel. Love how you channel. Oh, we don't need to see that. But it says, good night. I'm a new subscriber to the channel. Already love everything here. Sweet. The end. Thank you for being here. Thanks for your subscription. Appreciate it. Janet, clarifier. Ooh, independence. Independence. Yes. And I feel that with the emperor, because it's definitely, the emperor isn't kind of like, yeah, I don't really know. What should I do to, rule and govern the world here in my state or what have you? No, they're like, they know what they're doing. They know how to get things done. But the beautiful thing about independence, it doesn't mean you have to do it alone. You just kind of know, and you're more structured in knowing that you've got to, you can delegate specific things. Like you have it all under control. I love that. I really, really love that. All right. Well, I guess that's it. And I actually want to pull, I know I pulled some at the beginning. This I'm pulling for anyone who's watching is the replay. And for everyone here live, if this resonates with you, this is a message for you too. I'll even take this message for myself. So what do we need to know for this day? Oh, he's got a whole bunch of cards. Okay, I've got two. We've got the Knight of Wands. So you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. We have a card deck coming out, by the way, Raphael and I, with her channeled messages. Yeah, it's going to be big for 2025. Realistically, right? That's it. So back to the message. The Five of Wands can often be seen as conflict and competition. Let me just dream into this for a second. What I'm picking up is that sometimes competition is good. Keeps you from being complacent, gets you off your butt, and it shows you that you can do more than you think if you're trying to keep up with someone else. So don't always see competition as a bad thing, okay? And then I'm getting the Knight of Swords, which is about taking action. It starts in your head, taking action with a clear mind, taking action with something that you truly believe in. That's going to give you the momentum to move forward and get going. All right. Ooh, Raphael has a clarifier. Yeah. And you guys, if you have clarifiers as well for that, it'd be great. Bring peace to my soul. My heart is wide. Trust the things that are present. Yes, that's beautiful. Bring peace to my soul. My heart is wide. Trust the things that are present. Love that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Beautiful. All right. Well, I guess the time is here to spin the wheel of names. So I'm spinning, and excuse me, sorry. I'm spinning for, never thought I'd dream that I would be doing that live. But what are you going to do? Better than the alternative. So spinning the wheel of names, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's okay. It's okay. But for those who were part of the Manifest with Tarot quest, the 5-day quest last week, I have people who were participating in that. And for the daily prize, I have a token to get you my digital deck on Deckable for free. It's the Enchanted Empaths journey. And it's not a tarot deck, it's an oracle deck, but it took me a while to actually channel the messages for that. But it really is dear to my heart because being an empath and connecting with a lot of people who are empaths, it's just a great way to just lighten your soul. So it's with the digital app called Deckable, which is a free app for you to download. You can buy decks from that. It's like Spotify or Audible, right? You get the app free, and then there is some pay for some things. So anyways, enough of that. Let me grab this wheel of names. Let me see. I've got to go to share my screen. There we go. All right. So here's the funny thing. I'm pulling 5 names. There are 5 names on there. So everybody wins, but it's more fun to spin, right? So let's see who's the first winner. Let's spin to see who wins. Hopefully you guys can see this. You guys can see that? I think so. Yeah. Who's the first winner? Sophia. Yay. Sophia wins my digital deck. So let's remove her from the board. Let's spin again. Who's the next winner? It's so much fun spinning names. Oh, Bunny! Yay! Of course, Bunny. It was Bunny and Janet and Elena are the ones who really were here the most. I think completed all of the days, and so that's fantastic. So let's remove Bunny, and I have to go back so I can see everybody. Isn't that great? Yay! Yay! Yay, Sophia. Yay, me. I love it. All right. Let's keep going. More spinning. Ooh, I wonder who's going to be next. Janet. Woohoo. And Janet's here too. So yay. Congratulations, Janet. Woo, woo, woo. Love it. Love it. And congratulations to you too. All right. We're down to 2. I wonder who's going to be next. Who's going to be next to win my digital deck? It's Elena. Yay! Congratulations, Elena. Boop, boop. And we have 1 name left, and can we spin it? We're going to spin it anyways. We're going to spin it anyways. Here we are. It's Veronica. Let's wait for it. It's official. Yay! Oh, well, thank you for playing along. Woot, woot, woot. Yay, you guys were amazing. Thank you so much for participating so fully. And I hope you thank yourself for participating, because I think you dug deep and you got some clarity there. And Elliot's here. He wants to say congratulations. You want to come up? You come up? No? But truly, and the work isn't done yet. The play isn't done yet. And it's a matter of, going through what you've already uncovered and give it some love, give it some attention, right? That's what's going to definitely be helpful in moving forward for you to manifest what you want to manifest. Now, before I go, I have a grand prize, which is an hour call with me, one-on-one over Zoom, obviously, virtually, where we can get into whatever it is you want to. We'll have a whole hour together, and it'll be just great for your spiritual growth and whatever else is needed in your life, right? And so I've got the names already in here, and I've got them in my little heart chakra bowl. We'll give them some love. All right, I'm going to pull from this. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? All right. Here we go. Little sticky note. I can't undo the sticky note. Elena won. She won that 1 hour. Woot woot. Congratulations. Confetti, confetti. Yay. I don't know if she's here live, but I'll make sure she gets to know it. And I just want to say everybody's a winner. Thank you so much for being here. I will go back to my regular Tarot After Dark next Monday. So come on, bring your cards along and let's play some tarot a little bit. All right. If you're interested in joining the Tarot Cafe, which is my private monthly membership, you can let me know if you need details about that after this video gets set up through live and is up and live. I don't know the tech issues. Or tech names, I'll put a link in there if you want to join. It's only $7 a month, and we meet multiple times a month. Plus, there's also a back end where there's lots of tarot spreads. There's a couple of books that I sell for like $9, digital books that are available in the membership for free, and always trying to come up with some new and inventive way to play with tarot, to find a way to draw comfort and trust in your own intuition. And it's a little community that could, and I really want to grow it more with people like you. So I would love to see you in there. So thanks everybody for being here. Have a super night and a super week. And remember, if you're part of this manifestors or if you're part of the quest, you get to come to tomorrow's Tarot Cafe for free. Get that link in the email I sent you. Okay. And if you can't find it or struggling to get in, make sure you private message me before the call happens tomorrow so I can get you set up. All right. Thanks for being here. Take care. Peace.